I'm Jambo Indigus. Welcome to another episode of Aya Talks, where culture meets vibes. Today's show is presented by the Association of Young Africans, AYA, the Youth Arm of ACNUD, the African Cultural and Development Association.
We are your hosts. I am NBP Hart.
And I'm Joel Curry.
And today's program is special because it's an African History Month presentation.
African History Month is a time to intentionally reflect, connect, and reclaim stories that are often left out of the mainstream narrative.
It's about celebrating brilliance, not just struggle, innovation, not just oppression, governance, science, spirituality, art, architecture, and excellence.
And here in Guyana, through ACDA and AYA, we keep that history alive, not as a memory, but as a movement.
Togo, Cameroon, Niger, Ghana, Southern Sudan. Oh yeah, make you ricotta, mama Africa, ricotta, hey. Make you dance, yeah. Everybody ricotta, mama Africa, ricotta, hey. Make you dance, yeah.
Kataji Woodson was a great scholar and educator. He is known as the father of African History Month because he was the one who pioneered this idea to have just one day to reflect, learn, and teach about African history. It started out as Negro History Day, then it developed into Black History Week, and now we have African History Month.
Carter G. Woodson, often referred to as the father of Black history, made an indelible mark on American education and cultural awareness by founding what we now know as Black History Month. Born on December 19, 1875, in New Canton, Virginia, to formerly enslaved parents, Woodson faced numerous obstacles in his pursuit of education. Despite starting his formal education later than most, he demonstrated remarkable determination, eventually earning a PhD in history from Harvard University in 1912, making him only the second African American to achieve this honor. Woodson recognized a significant gap in the documentation and celebration of African American contributions to history. He was deeply concerned about the pervasive lack of representation and the often distorted portrayals of Black people in the educational materials of his time. To address this, he dedicated his life to the study and promotion of Black history, aiming to highlight the achievements and experiences of African Americans that were largely ignored by mainstream historians. In 1915, Woodson co-founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, ASNLH, now known as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, ASALH. Through this organization, he sought to promote the research, preservation, and dissemination of Black history. A year later, he founded the Journal of Negro History, providing a scholarly platform for documenting and sharing the rich history and contributions of African Americans. Woodson's most significant contribution came in 1926 when he established Negro History Week, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, both of whom were important figures in Black history. This initiative aimed to encourage schools and communities to organize celebrations, lectures, and events that highlighted African American achievements and history. Woodson believed that a focused observance would inspire greater awareness and appreciation of Black history throughout the nation. The impact of Negro History Week grew over the years, gaining widespread support from educators, scholars, and civil rights organizations. By the late 1960s, during the height of the civil rights movement, there was a growing recognition of the importance of Black history in the broader narrative of American history. This led to the expansion of Negro History Week into Black History Month, officially recognized by the U.S. government in 1976 during the nation's bicentennial celebration. Woodson's vision for Black History Month was not just about celebrating historical achievements, but also about fostering a sense of identity, pride, and empowerment within the African American community. He believed that understanding and appreciating Black history was essential for building a more inclusive and equitable society. His work laid the foundation for the continuous efforts to integrate African American history into the broader educational curriculum. Carter G. Woodson passed away on April 3, 1950, but his legacy endures through the annual observance of Black History Month. Today, Black History Month is celebrated not only in the United States, but also in Canada, the United Kingdom, and other countries around the world. It serves as a testament to Woodson's enduring impact on education and cultural awareness, reminding us of the importance of acknowledging and honoring the diverse contributions that have shaped our history. In conclusion, Carter G. Woodson's relentless dedication to the study and promotion of African American history has left an indelible mark on how we understand and celebrate our past. His creation of Black History Month stands as a powerful reminder of the importance of recognizing and valuing the contributions of all people in the tapestry of our shared history. Woodson's work continues to inspire future generations to explore, honor, and learn from the rich and diverse history of African Americans.
Now I want to tell you about some great civilizations that existed long before colonization. Civilizations like ancient Egypt, which aligned pyramids with the stars and developed early mathematics and medicine.
Ancient Egypt wasn't just about pyramids and gods, they were mathematical pioneers. Using a system without zero, they mastered fractions, algebra, and geometry to measure land, build temples, and even calculate pi with striking precision. The Rhind Papyrus reveals how they solved complex equations, blending math with spirituality to align structures with stars. Their knowledge, some say, hints at lost wisdom or secret teaching. Could the mysteries of their mathematics hold secrets we've yet to unlock?
The Mali Empire. Under Mansa Musa, this was one of the wealthiest empires in world history. And Timbuktu housed the University of Sanford, one of the earliest known universities in the world. The Kingdom of Kush was ruled at the time by powerful women warriors. These women were known as the Kandisi warriors. These were not primitive societies. These were structured nations with systems, philosophy, and global influence.
When we talk about African history, we often focus on kings, empires, and movements. But innovation didn't stop centuries ago. Africa continues to shape the modern world through science, medicine, engineering, and technology. Let's spotlight some African inventors and innovators whose work impacts us today. In medicine and science, we have Dr. Wangari Maathai. She is the founder of the Green Belt movement. She led environmental restoration efforts across Kenya and became the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Today, we are faced with a challenge that calls for a shift in our thinking so that humanity stops threatening its life support system.
Thank you for joining us. And we also have with us Dr. Philip Emeagwali. He's an award-winning computer scientist and inventor. He came to the U.S. from his home in Nigeria in 1974. He's listed in the Who's Who in the world and the Who's Who in America. His awards include the Gordon Bell Prize, computer science's version of the Nobel Prize, and his inventions include the world's fastest computer, which in 1989 computed 3.1 billion calculations in 1 second. Dr. Emeagwali, welcome to Africa Journal. We're also glad you could join us. What is this computer billion computation business? I can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Mayamona, for inviting Bart and I to share our views with Africa Journal. Well, what I tried to do in my work during the 1980s was to find a way that we can perform calculations and solve scientific problems that couldn't previously be solved by any other methods. And so what I did was to use the internet and access 65,000 processors and perform the world's fastest computation of 3.1 billion calculations per second. And the significance is that, one, it demonstrates that we can use that technology called parallel computing to build supercomputers, and the supercomputers of today will be the personal computers of tomorrow. And of course, it also helps us to recover more petroleum. And that's very significant because the economy of many countries, including Nigeria, depends on petroleum.
Right, definitely. And it's also beneficial to the petroleum industry here, of course, in the United States. And that's the reason we're talking today about brain drain.
In technology and modern inventions, we have Kira Motor Corporation. Uganda developed Africa's first electric vehicle, and innovations like this are still happening on the continent right now.
This isn't just any car manufacturing plant. Kira Motors is at the forefront of Africa's green mobility revolution, positioning Uganda on the global automotive stage with its cutting-edge electric and hybrid vehicles.
Next, we have the M-Pesa. Kenya pioneered mobile money transfer systems that transformed banking across Africa, long before many Western countries adopted similar models.
Did you know that one of Africa's most groundbreaking financial innovations wasn't born in Silicon Valley, but in Kenya? It's called M-Pesa, short for mobile and pesa, the Swahili word for money. Launched in 2007, M-Pesa wasn't created for the wealthy or the wired. It was made for everyday people, farmers, traders, students, millions who didn't have bank accounts, but had something just as powerful, a mobile phone. With M-Pesa, users could send money, receive payments, pay bills, and even access credit, all through a simple text message. No internet, no smartphone, no bank branch. At a time when banking services seemed out of reach for many rural Africans, M-Pesa opened the door. It turned phones into pocket-sized banks. And it worked brilliantly. By 2010, over 9 million Kenyans were using it. Today, M-Pesa has expanded across multiple African countries, from Tanzania to Ghana, and even inspired mobile finance systems around the world, from India to Eastern Europe. But it didn't stop at money transfers. M-Pesa brought economic independence, especially for women and rural communities. It helped small businesses grow. It allowed families to send school fees, split rent, buy groceries, all securely, instantly. A tool created for necessity became a platform for possibility. In a world where the future of banking is still being debated, Africa had already found a solution. Simple, powerful, and decades ahead of its time. M-Pesa didn't just change how people bank, it changed how the world sees African innovation.
We still have everyday inventions that impact us. We have Garrett Morgan, an inventor of the modern tree light traffic signal, a system that keeps roads organized worldwide.
The stoplight changed the world. But do you know who actually invented it? Traffic was chaos in early 1900 cities. Accidents, horse carts, and pedestrians all tangled together. In 1923, Garrett Morgan, an African-American inventor, patented a T-shaped traffic signal with a warning position between stop and go. That pause saved lives. He later sold his patent to General Electric for $40,000, which is worth over $700,000 today. Today's three-color system evolved from his invention. Every red light you hit, thank Morgan. Now you know. Give credit where it's overdue.
We also have Patricia Bath. She developed laser technology for cataract restoring sight to thousands.
I'm Tawana Andrew. Welcome to 60 Seconds of Black History. Dr. Patricia Bath revolutionized cataract treatment. The ophthalmologist spent her career focused on fighting preventable blindness in underserved communities. She became the first female Black doctor to receive a medical patent. She created a specialized laser to treat cataracts. She came up with the idea in 1981, but it took her almost 5 years to complete her research, test the laser, and apply for a patent, since her idea was initially more advanced than the available technology. With her device, Dr. Bath was able to restore sight to several people who were blind for more than 3 decades.
We have the air conditioning unit by Frederick Jones.
Did you know that one Black inventor made it possible to transport fresh food across the country and even save soldiers' lives during World War II? His name was Frederick McKinley Jones, and his story is a true inspiration. Born in 1893, Jones was mostly self-taught. He had no formal engineering education, but his natural talent for mechanics and electronics set him apart. In the 1930s, he noticed a major problem. Food spoiled quickly when transported over long distances. Railroads and trucks could not keep meat, dairy, and vegetables cold. So Jones invented the first portable refrigeration system for trucks and trailers. This invention completely changed the game. For the first time, fresh food could travel safely across states and cities, bringing better nutrition to millions of people. During World War II, his refrigeration units were used to carry blood, medicine, and food to soldiers on the front lines, saving countless lives. Frederick McKinley Jones went on to earn more than 60 patents and became one of the most important figures in refrigeration technology.
We have the elevator by Alexander Miles.
Take a ride through history with the incredible story of Alexander Miles, an unsung hero who transformed the world of elevators. Born in 1838, Miles's inventive spirit and engineering prowess would revolutionize urban living. In 1887, Alexander Miles patented an automatic elevator door mechanism. This ingenious invention not only enhanced safety, but also laid the foundation for the modern elevator system we rely on today. Miles' innovation ensured that elevator doors closed automatically, preventing accidents and improving efficiency. His invention became a cornerstone of urban architecture and skyscraper development. Miles' invention revolutionized vertical transportation, making it safer and more accessible. His legacy lives on in the skylines of modern cities.
Yeah, baby stroller, ice cream, instruments like the guitar and piano. Simple things like the doorknob and fire extinguisher were all invented by African people.
Now, we have a lovely presentation by the I Group that was done from Kwanzaa. Do enjoy.
Unity
imperative that children see greatness reflected in their history so that they can see that potential greatness reflected in themselves. Now I'd like to tell you about the Sankofa bird. Sankofa means go back and fetch it. The Sankofa bird comes from the Akan people of Ghana. It teaches us that to move forward, we must understand our past. Now, Enrique's going to have a little fun fact segment with you.
Did you know Africa has over 2,000 languages? Did you know the Great Zimbabwe was built with altar mortar and still stands today?
Deep in the heart of Africa lies the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, a massive stone city built over 900 years ago. With walls soaring up to 36 feet high, it was once a powerful kingdom, yet no mortar was used to hold the stones together.
Did you also know the Benin Kingdom created advanced bronze sculptures that still amaze historians?
Once upon a time, in the heart of West Africa, there was a kingdom so advanced, so wealthy, and so artistic, Europe had no idea what hit them. And then they stole it all. This is the story of the Benin Bronzes. Stunning masterpieces, sacred artifacts, and some of the most shamelessly stolen treasures in history. Get ready for palace drama, colonial theft, and a plot twist that still has museums shook in 2025. We're going back to the Kingdom of Benin. No, not modern-day Benin. This was in present-day Nigeria. In the 15th century, this place was booming. Well-planned streets, powerful kings, and some of the most mind-blowing bronze art the world had ever seen. And who ran this city? The Oba, the divine king, ruler of all and collector of drip. Not fashion drip, bronze drip. These weren't just decorations. The Benin Bronzes were hundreds of detailed plaques, statues, and figures made of bronze, ivory, and brass, telling the history of kings, battles, rituals, even first contact with Europeans. Some of them were created as early as the 13th century when some Europeans were still figuring out forks. These weren't tribal art. They were royal archives. Think Instagram, history book, and religious text carved in metal. Fast forward to 1897, the British Empire is on its We Own Everything tour. They're eyeing West Africa, and Benin is not playing along. In fact, the Oba said no to British control, trade exploitation, and foreign interference. So what did Britain do? They lied. They sent a fake peace mission, but also sent troops with guns. When that mission got ambushed by local warriors, the British used it as an excuse to unleash the full might of the empire. In February 1897, British forces invaded Benin City. They burned it to the ground. They looted thousands of bronzes, sculptures, masks, and artifacts, and shipped them off to Europe like trophies. The Oba was exiled. The kingdom fell, and Benin's legacy was scattered across the globe. Today you'll find Benin Bronzes in London, Berlin, New York, basically everywhere except Benin. Now, here's where things get awkward. For over 100 years, Africans have asked, can we please have our stuff back? And for over 100 years, European museums said, oh, but we're preserving it. Preserving? You stole it. It's like someone robbing your house, displaying your couch in their living room, and saying, well, I cleaned it, so it's mine now. But lately, the world is waking up. In the last few years, Germany, France, and even a few UK institutions started returning the bronzes. Why? Because of pressure, public shame, and maybe a little guilt. These bronzes aren't just art. They are proof that Africa had civilizations, technology, beauty, and stories long before colonization. They remind us of what was lost and what still needs to be reclaimed. They show that history isn't always written in books. Sometimes It's melted into metal and carried away in secret. So next time someone tells you African history was primitive, show them the Benin bronzes. Then ask them, cool, when are you giving them back?
Did you know African drumming was used as a long-distance communication before modern technology?
At Iron, when we teach drumming, we're not just teaching rhythm. Drumming is ceremony, communication, storytelling, and identity. The drum was the original microphone. Let's take a look at some people who ignited a global Pan-African consciousness to reawaken diasporan identity and continental connection. African history did not stop at the continent. Leaders like Marcus Garvey called for global black unity. Kwame Nkrumah led Ghana to independence, and civil rights advocates like Jesse Jackson carried forward movements for justice.
Today, we also take the time to highlight the late Brother Andrew Irving, whose dedication to cultural education reminds us that history must be protected and passed on. Brother Irving was a spiritual compass in our organization. He officiated all the cultural, spiritual segments of our celebrations, especially Emancipation, the Holocaust, and Kwanzaa, when he could. His passing is a great loss to us, and we want to take a minute to honor him and hope that he is welcomed into the realm of the ancestors.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. Thank you. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer can still be heard. And I believe that someone in that grave somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know
Brother Irving is a strong reminder that culture survives when they participate in it.
Now that we're winding up, I'd like to invite you to come and see Apple's African History Month exhibition. Experience artifacts, instruments, symbols, and stories from across the continent. It's not just something to see, it's something you feel.
Celebrating African History Month is not about exclusion. It's about inclusion. It's about correcting incomplete narratives. History is not just the past. It shapes how we move in the present. African history is world history.
If you'd like to join AFRA or enroll your children in the AYE Saturday program, visit AFRA-GY on Facebook or our headquarters at 9 Thompson every Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m. We teach African history, drumming, dance, poetry, and more.
Until next time, stay rooted,
stay rising, Kwaheri.